Good morning. Good morning, Storytimers. It's me, Donna Vee, and I'm so excited to be here today. It is Monday, December 28th. It is almost the ball game. Like the year is coming to a close. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe when I put my intro up today that we have been together. This whole thing started March 21st. And here it is, December 28th, almost the end of the year, and we are still reading together. And I am so grateful. So welcome this morning. If it's your first time here, my name is Donna Vee, and we go live Sunday through Friday on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. Periscope, unfortunately, will be going away as of March 31st. So make sure to please get over if you are from Periscope and subscribe to my YouTube page so that you don't miss it just because they decided to take away Periscope. Good morning, Jim Tomlinson. How are you from the Sunshine State? How are you doing in California? I hope you're okay. I think about you guys all the time. I have a cousin out there, and I hope you are all doing all right. I'm glad I could be here in the morning as a source of some kind of uplifting fun. And good morning, Ryan, who's over in Ireland. And I know they're locked down until February right now, which is like, and they're going through some crazy storms. Shari Freed, good morning. Thank you so much. Yep, I will be going back to a new pajama as of the first of the year. This is my December. I decided this is my December uniform. So good morning to you. And I know you sent me a book for Christmas, and I'm so excited because I have definitely come up with a little bit of a plan. And good morning, Frank Simon. How are you? Nice to see you. And thank you. I'm totally happy that that's what's going on. I'm loving that. So today's the letter Z. And I thought to myself, I cannot start the letter A tomorrow. And I want to finish the new year or the old year out strong. We're finding all the silver linings and taking them into the next year, and everything else we are not bringing with us. Okay. There's no looking back. Just like what's going on in my house. I don't know what you're doing, but like for the past few days, I've been cleaning and organizing and going through clothes and making donation bags. And it's not that the stuff is not good. It's still good, but I don't want to bring it with me into the following year. And I feel like that is something that we should teach the kids and we should teach ourselves, which is, so many people have thought negatively about this year 2020. And quite honestly, I think that there's been so much positivity that's come from it because we have been, really forced to be creative with our time, to come together like we do here. And although there are moments that were definitely not worth repeating, and there are times that we are, at peace or we are at prayer because maybe perhaps circumstances created time for that. I do have to remember this is a kid's show. That we have to find the silver linings. When people go panning for gold and the dirt is there together, but yet there's gold in there somewhere. And you go through that process and you shake out the dirt when you're in the water. And now I'm really aging myself. And you find the gold nuggets. That's what we have to take into the following year. So that's my plan for the next few days until we get to New Year's Eve, is to not repeat the alphabet, embrace everyone's names and everyone's identities and personalities, and just say thank you for you guys being here. So without further ado, let's start with our healthy habits. And I definitely woke up in a very grateful place today. I woke up and I was grateful because I was able to go back to sleep because sometimes that doesn't happen. But Yogi decided to get up this morning at 5 o'clock and he had to go out and his fur mom. So that's what I had to do. And then I came back and I was able to go back to sleep. And I will tell you, deep sleep is an understatement. So it was like a nap after sleep, which was great. Here we go. And yes, kids get to be in PJs home during remote school. And I think that that's something to be grateful for. And good morning, Mom. How are you today? So I think right now, let's get ready with our exercise. we do still talk about the alphabet. We definitely still embrace learning, and I love that part. So 26 letters in the alphabet, 13 letters in is the middle, and the middle letter is M. So are you ready? We are going to do our morning arm circles, and let's do it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, middle, switch, N, O, P, Q, R, S, switch, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Awesome. Get the blood pumping. That's so true. My mom said she's back to work. I'm going back tomorrow. And I will tell you, I've enjoyed the past few days off immensely. I've gotten so much done. Relaxation. I exercised. I got to watch my Jets win a football game. And organizing, cleaning, and then being here with you guys has been the best. So the next thing we do is we practice the ASL alphabet, which is really super duper important because it's great to learn some basics so that if you do meet someone that is nonverbal and cannot hear, you can communicate. My cousin is a sign language interpreter for the deaf and also worked on deaf theater in New York City. Unfortunately, right now, theater is not really going strong, but this book was a gift from her. It's called Dina the Deaf Dinosaur, written by Carol Adebato and illustrated by Valentine. And it is what we use to reference our alphabet. Now I can also show you what it looks like, not in cartoon form. And there it is. Very exciting to learn this because it opens up so much communication. And then here it is from the book. So together, good morning, my friend Holly. How are you? Hi, little Patrick. Hi. So cute. I love your pictures. Okay, so we practice this every day because I know we're going to get a lot better at it. Yeah. And then we're not even going to need to use a reference picture. But I put it up every day in case someone is watching for the first time and wants to practice along with us. Okay, you ready? Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Excellent. Oh, wait, I love the facts that are coming in. I have facts coming in, and I also have an alliterative sentence. Let's see what this says. Zambia and Zimbabwe are the two countries that start with Z. Very good. Thank you. I love that. My producer. Yes, that's Ryan. And then I have Frank Simon's alliterative sentence. I need to get some water because I can just see this is going to be a challenge. I'm not even looking at it because I don't want to get a head start. I like it to be fresh when I try to do this alliterative sentence and I try to say it without stumbling. Yesterday, I definitely won that game, but today I'm not really sure because I see a lot of long words. Hold on. Plus, water is such a great healthy habit to get into, drinking lots of it. It's good for your skin, your vocal cords. which is why today I'm speaking so slowly, because I'm trying to preserve my voice, because I definitely do get very excited and I yell a lot, but not in a bad way, not like a mean yell, just like a what's up? And then next thing you know, I'm like, hey, what's going on, guys? So you have to just be careful, right? And be careful with your body. So that's why stretching is important, especially before you exercise, or if I'm going to run or something maybe later. Yeah, that's what's important. Okay, you ready? Zelda's Zephyr zigzagged zoom, zipping Zachary in Zimbabwe. 2 references to Zimbabwe today. Zelda's Zephyr zigzag zoom, zipping Zachary in Zimbabwe. Zelda Zephyr zigzag zoomed, zipping Zachary in Zimbabwe. Zelda Zephyr zigzag zoom, zipping Zachary in Zimbabwe. Well, I have to say, preserving my voice is definitely making me focus and paying attention. That was pretty good. Frank, I have to tell you, I was a little intimidated when I saw your sentence. Zelda Zephyr zigzag zoom, zipping Zachary in Zimbabwe. But then I had to say that, thank you very much. Sorry, Frank, you must try harder. Oh man, I love the community that we have formed here of Storytime. It is so exciting. I love it so much. I really do. You know what? This is totally one of my favorite things. One of my favorite parts of the entire day is story time. Yeah. He said, base cells, you may have won again, but I'll be back. Okay. I love that. I love it. I love the challenge. I think it's amazing. And I know you do too, because one of the things I think is fun about that is that Frank is competitive like me. I'm very competitive, and so is Frank. And I've had the pleasure of meeting Frank, and he's a super duper smarty pants college graduate, big time into his fraternity, and he's a super sweet man, and he's just funny as heck. So the fact is that this is something I know he enjoys laughing when, as a friend, not at me like in a mean way, when I stumble over the words. So I know, Frank, that right now you are like, oh, you're like drats. And that's what's funny for me, because you laugh when I stumble. And in my mind, I see Frank like putting 2 little fists up going, oh, I'm going to get her. And that's what makes it fun, because that's what friendship is all about. Okay, so let me look for my letter Z. Where, oh, where are you? Because I definitely know that there are definitely kids on the Z list, right? Wait a second. Let's see. We've got V, Y, X. Well, they got a little out of order right here. That's not nice. Here we go. There's the letter Z. And you want to know what? There's one name. So unless someone recently added one, which I don't remember anyone adding a name that starts with the letter Z, then guess what? Zach is the only name today on the back of my letter Z. And Zach, that's pretty special. That means that you should fill your body with all the energy of, I don't know what your favorite sport is or your favorite thing to do is, but for sure, it's like if you were going up for the Nobel Peace Prize, perhaps, fill yourself with all that energy of excitement and then bottle it, put it in your pocket, and when you need it, energetically, it'll be there. So congratulations, Zach, for dominating the letter Z today on Storytime on December 28th, 2020. Oh my goodness, isn't that wild? Almost the end of the year. So today I have some stories. I have one story that's quasi-Christmas. I wanted to take all the rest of the Christmas ones I had and I put them back because I thought to myself, there were a few. And I thought, I don't know if anybody wants to hear Christmas stories anymore. It was like a conundrum. So that's why tomorrow we'll be starting to talk about some other things. And actually, I might be able to bring one of those books back out. So, anybody know what time it is now? If you've watched, you know. Jump in at any time and say so. I I think I'm a little quicker. I think I've been up and ready to go. Guys, it's vitamin time. It's so exciting. Vitamin time is one of my favorite times in the whole wide world. Why? Because vitamin time, that's right. Vitamin time is when not only do we talk about healthy habits, but we talk about good manners. Good manners are so important and something that we definitely need to take as a silver lining into the new year. Because, you don't want to not get invited back to places. And it's important to say please and thank you. And I think so many people have kind of forgotten about that. But I will say this. I haven't. So please won't you join me in the segment that I like to call Vitamin Time. And I know that, there we go. Ryan's got a guess. Ryan's guess is one of each. A lot of people like to guess to see if I'm going to get one of each or two of the same. If you're wondering what he's talking about, this is what my vitamins look like. There's pink and there's purple. And I will say, because you're welcome. One of my favorite healthy habits is waking up in gratitude. And then I'm really grateful for running water. See, this is where the gratitude comes in. I've just used it as a blanket statement, but there's so much gratitude. You wake up, gratitude for waking up. Running water, so grateful for that. A toothbrush and toothpaste, we're all grateful for that. Because if I don't brush my teeth and we talk, what? Even though there's a mask on, we want to brush our teeth because that's a really important healthy habit of the day for all of us, kids, moms, dads, non-parents that are just adults. Seriously, really important. Vitamins is another healthy habit that I love, but because of the order that I do it, when I take my vitamins, my mouth is watering already because the chance is I might get one of the pink ones that are really, really tart. And yes, it makes me make funny faces. But what are you going to do? I sacrifice for the show. And the book that we use to have our profound nuggets of truth is one of my favorite books in the whole wide world. It's A Beginner's Guide to the Universe by author Mike Dooley. Now, Santa Claus left me an amazing book also. And the amazing book that Santa left for me was this. It's called Complete Notes from the Universe. And although I love it, I'm going to make that my own personal reading project because this, to me, is more shareable, especially for kids. And I think that they're really good small nuggets of truth. And that's what we started from the beginning. And we haven't hit every page yet. It's pretty magical. I almost want to go through and just start picking pages that we haven't read. But I like surprises. Kind of like not knowing what my vitamins are. So you ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. I must say, Ryan, something's askew with your magician's hat today. Because today is definitely two of the same. And they are two purple. He says drat. Okay. So are you ready? But would you do me a favor? Just as a little consolation, can you pick a page from 7 to 158, please? I would so appreciate it. Okay, here we go. 1. Don't forget, kids, if you're doing it, take your vitamins with me now. 2, 3. Even the purple ones are really kind of tart today. Okay, page 21. I don't think we've read this one. I'll mark it with my pen. Or if we haven't read it while we're marking it with our pen. Okay. Here we go. Page 21. You are here because in your loftiest state of being, perched high above the wonderment at the pinnacle of your glory, you wondered what it would be like, even fleetingly, to believe in limits. And when you can grasp this From within the illusions, you will also grasp how unlimited you truly are. There are really only two conditions of the human experience: very, very happy, or about to become very, very happy. Your happiness is the ultimate answer to every why you could ever ask God. Forever has only just begun. Slow never fails to arrive, and happy always lasts longer than sad. Time truly is on your side. That was a good one, especially for the end of the year, and especially because it gives you such hope. Doesn't it feel more hopeful when you know that time is on your side? That's actually a Rolling Stone song, and it was on the same album as Get Off My Cloud, and I used to play that in my boombox as a child. So that was a great nugget of truth. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, now what do we do next? Do you know? I know. This is when we talk about sending positive energy back and forth to one another by way of a social distancing buddy. Now, the original social distancing buddy was Bartholomew, who is a bear. This time, and we are trying to figure out a name for this most magical, adorable unicorn, right? That's right. It is social. Yes. So I have the names right here that we are voting on. And I know we have a different group of people today than yesterday, so I will ask you, because we are going to vote on New Year's Eve. And New Year's Day, she will have a name. So I will actually even put a post up about it. The names that we have so far that are in the running for this magical unicorn left to me by Santa Claus in place of our elf is, well, here we go. Are you ready? Jolly, Star, 2 R's, Aurora, Lavender, Sparkles, Sunshine, Monique, Starship, Baby Saturn, Capricorn Unicorn, Rainbow, Holly, and Pearl. I added Pearl yesterday at the end. I gave a description as of why. So you have to watch yesterday's to find out why. Just the end. Okay, so if anyone else has a name that they think that should be in the running for this cute little unicorn, put it right in the comments. Otherwise, I have to say, Blue? I think I should name it Blue or Steven. I think that there are plenty of names. Jolly, Star, Aurora, Lavender, Sparkles, Sunshine, Monique, Starship, Baby Saturn, Capricorn, Unicorn, Rainbow, Holly, or Pearl. Now, what I find interesting is that we together get to go into a new year of rebirth. And we are together coming up with a name for a unicorn that we can pretty much create the personality and identity for together on the show, because that's what we do. And isn't that what we want to do with our new year? We want to give it an identity, but we want to allow it to unfold instead of putting all these different ideas of what it's going to be because of what we felt this year might have been. I think that if you allow the unfolding to happen and stop trying to actually control it so much, you might be happier. So this new unicorn is very unique. That's where the name Monique came from. Let's see. I don't know if she's jolly. She does have stars on her. Oh, Sapphire is a pretty name because of her eyes. Okay. All right, I'll put Sapphire down. I'm not laughing at you, Sherry. I thought I read something else. And then, okay, we have to let her create her own personality through the year. That's really important. I think that's the same thing with children. You can encourage them, you can teach them, but you can't tell them who to be or what to be. They have to be whoever they're going to be. That's the most amazing part of growing up, is identifying as whatever you want and whoever you want to be. I mean, for real. All right, so Sapphire's now on the list. So Jolly, Star, Aurora, Lavender, Sparkles, Sunshine, Monique, Starship, Baby Saturn, Sapphire, Capricorn, Unicorn, Rainbow, Holly, or Pearl. That's going to be tough. But I think what we'll do is we'll wait until New Year's Day and we'll use you as our beacon of hope. How about that? Yesterday, we used our little buddy, Lammy. So cute. Today, elephant. I think elephant. You know why? Because there's so much we want to remember from this year, silver linings, and there's a few things we might not want to forget, we want to forget. But silver linings is what we don't want to forget. So let's send love and light and put some light in your mind and shed it on all the positives, all the good things I want you to remember that happened during 2020. And don't worry about the other stuff. No, that's the stuff you bring to the curb or you just discard. No. We want to think about the positives, okay? Together. And we want to bring positive energy only into the new year. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. So I'm going to wish you positive energy. You're going to wish me positive energy. And we're going to think only positive thoughts at this exact moment and send it to each other. Kooky, I know. From your head, in your heart, and your whole being. And like you could send a beam of light that's like such strong energy because today it's partly cloudy. And I will say it's got me in some kind of a Zen state, which is great because we're on the letter Z. But some people feel partly cloudy all the time and they don't really feel happy at all. They don't see the pockets of sunshine and blue sky. They just see the clouds. And our job at Storytime is to try to help them out. So let's just try to elevate the vibration of the nation with some positive energy, shall we? Okay. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty nice. It totally works at any part of your day. I can tell you this, that you can be walking down the street, you can see someone sad, you can see someone's energy is send them some of your positive energy. Because I know if you're watching Storytime, you either need the positive energy or you have oodles of it. And if you have oodles, you definitely want to share it. It's true. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Elephant, for being our Storytime social distancing buddy of the day. I will now say that you can go back here with your friends so you can watch Storytime and we can get to the books. Yes, bursting through the clouds with a beam of light. That is right. Thank you. It's so important. Okay, now we do our I am statements. All right, are you ready? I know, just at the moment when I finally need to settle in so I can read, I want to burst through my energy ceiling here. I do. But today, just like in What Should Darla Do, which you know, she's my hair goal. I am bright, kind, hardworking, beautiful, friendly, thoughtful, brave. All of these amazing words you want to say to yourself because you know that that's there. Right? Only positive thoughts. All right? And we breathe it in the form of an I am statement, just like Wayne Dyer. Love Wayne Dyer so much. Great book. Right? Together we do this every day. And it's an excellent way when you need to calm down. Maybe you're upset about something, or you're scared, or you're nervous, or you just need to focus. Excellent way to practice that. You ready? Okay. I am brave. I am excited. I am peace. I am ready. I'm ready for some books. Are you ready for some books? I'm excited. Today, I need to get some more books. Yeah, I'm either going to order some or I'm going to the store because I'm running a little low. I'm running a little low if I were to look at the books in my area and say, what books could I read to everyone because of the age groups? And I also just think it's fun to go shopping for books. I love building my library. And I went through yesterday and I have another box of books for donations. And I'm just so excited. All right, so here we go. Ready? The first one I'm going to read, like I said to you, there's a book that has a little bit of a leftover element of Christmas because it's about a ginger bear. But I couldn't resist because this bear just looks so cute. And I know that we are probably up to our eyeballs in cookies right now. But I just thought this bear was so sweet looking. All right, let's see what it says. I'll take the jacket off. Ask it to stay a while. Ginger Bear by Minnie Gray. Our story starts off with a lump of pastry that Horace's mum gave him. Which Horace would usually roll about over the floor and furniture until it was deep gray and fluffy and quite a lot smaller. Yikes. But today, Horace's mum gave him a cookie cutter in the shape of a bear to use. Horace stamped out a gingerbread bear and gave it currant eyes and a nose. See that? And Horace's mum put it in the oven to bake. 20 minutes later, the cookie bear was golden colored and smelled lovely, and Horace wanted to take a bite. But, no, Horace, said Horace's mum. It is too hot. You must wait for it to cool down. An hour later, Horace remembered the cool gingerbread bear and was about to take a bite. But, no, Horace, said Horace's mum. You are just about to have dinner. You'll spoil your appetite. Before bedtime, Horace thought of the golden cookie bear, and he was just gazing at it. But, no, Horace, said Horace's mum. You have just cleaned your teeth. Oh my goodness, this poor kid. Horace put the bear in a little tin and put it on his pillow. How cute. Look at the little bear. And it looks like sheep made out of cookies. Ooh, his comforter, his blanket is all cookies. Oh boy, I had too many cookies. It was the middle of the night. Ginger Bear woke up. He yawned and stretched and looked about for somebody to play with. Sorry, excuse me. Every time I read the word, it happens. I can't read it again. Everyone seemed to be asleep. Ginger Bear had an idea. I shall make some friends, he said to himself, and he went into the kitchen. Oh my goodness. It's the weirdest thing. Ginger Bear found butter and flour and milk, and he mixed up a mixture and rolled it and shaped it and put the first batch of friends in the oven to bake. Look at how cute. Oh my goodness. When they had cooled, Ginger Bear dressed them in icing of many colors. thousands of sugar sprinkles and candied peels and uh-oh, glacé cherries? I need help with that one. Is it glacé cherries? And little silver balls. Calling Ireland. Sir, that is not nice to write about me. I love being able to block the bullies. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Someone got a little carried away. They thought they were on someone else's stream. Oh, no, not here, sir. So when they had cooled, Ginger Bear dressed them in icing of many colors, thousands of sugar sprinkles, and candied peels, and glassy cherries, and little silver balls. Good timing. Thank you. My correspondent across the pond helps me with all my languages. And now, Ginger Bear said to his new friends, let the fun begin. Look at that. And as he says, let the fun begin, the sun is coming out. What? That's amazing. I love it. Come one, come all. One night only. Ginger Bear's circus is performing in the kitchen. Watch the acrobats as they toss and tumble. Oh my goodness, look at what the acrobats are. Oh, glacé. Look at that. They are roaches. Oh my goodness. Gasp as Strong Bear raises the rolling pin. Oh, and scream with surprise as our aeronaut is fired from the ketchup bottle. Can you imagine if you woke up and went into your kitchen and there were a bunch of cookies performing in a circus? The circus was so exciting that no one noticed the shadow looming in the doorway. Look at the sword thrower. Bongo the dog liked cookies, but not in a way that was necessarily good for the cookies. Ginger Bear just managed to clamber to safety. Glacé. Oh my goodness. Let him eat the roaches. Get them out of the kitchen. That's yuck. Ginger Bear looked sadly at the mess. He suddenly realized that he needed to find a place where a cookie could be safe. Look at that. Imagine waking up to that mess and wondering what happened and not knowing that the bear came to life in your kitchen. When Horace awoke the next morning, he reached for the tin that had contained the little cookie bear. But all he found was crumbs and a card that looked familiar. Aww. And you could see by the body, look at the body language of the mom. She's not happy. And you could also see by the dog's body language that he's in trouble. But look at poor Horace. Horace is so sad. The life of a cookie is usually short and sweet, but Ginger Bear has found somewhere safe to be. The golden bun. Ginger Bear is in the pastry shop display. Some of it is cardboard covered in icing. Some of it is plaster. It looks delicious, but it can never be eaten. The display changes through the year. But every day, Ginger Bear is the star. And every night, who knows? Look at that. He found a safe spot for himself. Ginger bear. I mean, at least he was creative, right? I think that's pretty smart. He figured a way out to be forever by going over to the pastry shop and jumping in that display. It's like, I don't know, gave himself safety. By Minnie Gray. Okay, Minnie Gray. Now we have a book I've never seen before called Christina, Katerina, and the Box. And this is by Patricia Lee Gausch, illustrated by Doris Byrne. Christina, Katerina, and the Box. All right, let's check it out. Christina Katerina liked things. Tin cups and old dresses, worn out ties and empty boxes. Any of those things, but mostly boxes. Hat boxes, bakery boxes with see-through lids, shoe boxes. I mean, they are fun. Best of all, she liked big boxes. So she was happy indeed one sleepy summer day when even her sometimes friend Fats Watson was out of town to see a truck deliver a great tall box. It came on a refrigerator. Oh, those are fun because you can make a fort. Oh, how grand and new, Christina's mother said, looking at the refrigerator. It is. Oh, it is. It really is, said Christina, looking at the box. That's so funny. How two people can look at something so differently. And she quickly claimed the box for her own and dragged it under the apple tree. To Mother, who was very neat and tidy, it seemed that boxes were for basements or trash barrels, not for front yards under the apple tree. But she decided that it couldn't hurt. It couldn't possibly hurt for one day or two to have the big box in the front yard, there under the apple tree. When I was little, I was the first grandchild, and my grandmother planted an apple tree on her front lawn in honor of me being born. It's pretty cool, actually, to grow up with an apple tree. That afternoon, Christina's father cut a window and door in the box, and Christina painted on turrets and a drawbridge and bolts for the door. And the box became a castle. Inside, she put sticks on the window for iron bars, and she brought in all her cups and saucers and a lot of Fig Newtons, my favorite childhood cookie too, in case there was a battle and she couldn't get out. For 2 days, she and her bears lived and played in her castle peacefully. Until Fats Watson came home. He sneaked into her castle while she was out to lunch and ate all her Fig Newtons. And she locked him in until he hollered, "I'm sorry," 15 times. Man. When she finally let him out, Fats gave Christina's castle a kick, and over it went, smack, on its side. Oh boy. I don't want to ruin the book, but I think I have an idea of what could happen next. Maybe a pirate ship. That's what I would do. Mother came out and saw the fallen box. "I see that's the end of the castle, Christina," she said with a smile and started to haul it away. "But that's no castle. said Christina, hauling it back again. That's my clubhouse. I'd be pretty upset too. Ooh, and it was for 3 long days right there under the apple tree. Christina changed the window into a door and the door into a window, and she put in 2 benches for members and a chair for the president, and she painted "Keep Out, Members Only," and "Danger to Enemies" on the outside. And she let Fats join. Then they met in the clubhouse, which was very dark when the door was closed and very secret. And they spit on a nickel and swore to be friends forever. And they were. Morning, Christopher Estrite. Welcome. Sorry about your Eagles. Tough break. Losing to the Cowgirls like that. Until one day when Fats got angry at always being vice president, he climbed on the clubhouse roof and promised to sit there until Christina made him president. Only the roof caved in first, and Christina disbanded the club. When Mother saw the satin box, she brushed her hands together. Now she would have her nice, neat yard. Well, she said, that is the end of the clubhouse, and she tugged it toward the street. But that's no clubhouse, said Christina, tugging it back again. That's my racing car. Hermione, and I'm late for a race. Before speeding off, Christina put the top up on the bottom, turned the window into a cockpit, and on the sides painted 2 magnificent curling silver horns, which she blasted at Fats every time she rounded the apple tree. Go, man, go. Lucky number 13. She's got a great imagination. I absolutely love that. For 2 days, she raced around the yard and won every time. Until Fats said he'd take a look at the motor, that it didn't sound quite right. When he cut off the nose to get into the motor, the car collapsed. Oh no. This guy is trouble. Christina's mother was relieved. Well, that is the end of the racing car, she said, and she pulled the cardboard toward the trash barrel. But that's no racing car, said Christina, pulling it back again. That's the floor of my summer mansion, and I'm going to have a ball. And she did, right under the apple tree. Everybody sent me so much love and light today that it's sunny out. Thank you. She patted the box out flat and drew furniture on each flap, a stove and a refrigerator for the kitchen, a bed for the bedroom, and a grand piano and a violin for the living room, so there would be music for her ball. Exactly. Then she and her bears and Fats dressed up in gowns and high heels, and they invited kings and queens and some presidents and 1 vice president to come. And everybody came, and they danced and danced until their feet hurt, and they had to take off their shoes. Even without shoes, Christina had a wonderful time. Until Fats decided the floor needed scrubbing. This guy needs to mind his business. He sprayed it down with the garden hose and mopped it until the floor puckered and grew lumpy and finally fell apart. Oh. When Mother came out a little later and looked at her front yard, she shook her head and said, "Well," and then, "is this the end of your grand floor?" "What floor?" asked Christina, who was running by. "Oh, you mean that old ragged box? Let's do throw it away." Mother breathed a sigh. At last she could have her nice, neat yard. "But quick," Christina said. "Fat's mother got a washer and dryer today, and he's bringing 2 ships down now. I said my mother wouldn't mind a bit if we sailed them here in our front yard, right under our apple tree." I saw that image in my head. I thought it was going to be a few pages back, but that is a great story because I love the fact that she was so inventive. And that's what you have to do. Be creative and inventive with whatever it is that you have or what you're given. That's so important. Yeah, it was a lovely story. It was a very lovely story. Ta-da. Okay, last but not least, our last story of the day is a sweet little story called Bedtime for Francis. I know we've read other books that included this little guy. I think it was Francis went to get blueberries or something. I'm not sure. I had it somewhere over there. Well, let's find out if we recognize the character. Wow, this book is like brand new. I love that I get new books. By Russell Hoban and pictures by Garth Williams. Look at how cute little Francis is. Funny thing is, the dedication is to Ursula, the one name that we say that we have no names on the letter U day. And there, in the dedication, is Ursula. The big hand of the clock is at 12, and the little hand is at 7. It's 7 o'clock. It is bedtime for Francis. Mother said, "It is time for bed." Father said, "It is time for bed." Francis said, "I want a glass of milk." "All right," said Father. "All right," said Mother. "You may have a glass of milk." And Francis drank the milk. Look at how cute little Francis is. I love little woodland creatures. "Carry me to my room, Father," said Francis. "All right," said Father. "Piggyback," said Francis. So Father carried her piggyback to her room. Father kissed Francis goodnight. Mother kissed Francis goodnight. Francis said, "May I sleep with my teddy bear?" Father gave her the teddy bear. Francis said, "May I sleep with my doll too?" Father gave her the doll. "Good night," said Father. "Good night," said Mother. "Did you kiss me?" said Francis. "Yes," said Mother. "Yes," said Father. This sounds very familiar, and little ones just do not want to go to sleep. "Kiss me again," said Francis. Father kissed her again, and Mother kissed her again, and they closed the door. "May I have my door open?" said Francis. Father opened the door. "Good night," said Mother. "Good night," said Father. "Good night," said Francis. Francis could not sleep. She closed her eyes, but she still could not sleep. So she began to sing a little song about the alphabet. She made it up as she went along. Oh, so sweet. A is for apple pie, B is for bear, C is for crocodile combing his hair, D is for dumplings. Francis kept singing through E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, and she had no trouble until she got near the end of the alphabet. S is for sailboat, T is for tiger, U is for underwear, down in the dryer. Frances stopped because dryer did not sound like tiger. She started to think about tigers. She thought about big tigers and little tigers, baby tigers and mother tigers and fat tigers, sister tigers and brother tigers, aunt tigers and uncle tigers. I wonder if there are any tigers around here, she said. Frances looked around her room. She thought maybe she could see a tiger in the corner. She was not afraid, but she wanted to be sure. Oh, Frances yawned. It's inevitable. So she looked again. She was sure she could see a tiger. She went to tell Mother and Father. There's a tiger in my room, said Frances. Did he bite you? Said Father. No, said Frances. Did he scratch you? Asked Mother. No, said Frances. Then he's a friendly tiger, said Father. He will not hurt you. Go back to sleep. Do I have to? Asked Frances. Yes, said Father. Yes, said Mother. Father kissed her. Mother kissed her. Frances went back to bed and finished her song on the way. She closed her eyes again. She still could not sleep. Frances opened her eyes and looked around. She saw something big and dark. Giants are big and dark, she thought. Maybe that is a giant. I think it is a giant. I think that giant wants to get me. And she went into the living room. Mother and Father were watching television and having tea and cake. Frances said, There's a giant in my room. May I watch television? No, said Mother. No, said Father. Frances said, The giant wants to get me. May I have some cake? Father gave Frances a piece of cake. Father said, How do you know he wants to get you? Frances said, Isn't that what giants do? Father said, Not always. Why don't you ask him what he wants? Frances went back to her room. She went right over to the giant. She said, What do you want, giant? She took a good look at him. There was no giant. It was just a chair and her bathrobe. So she went to bed again. Frances was not very tired and did not close her eyes. She looked up at the ceiling. There was a crack in the ceiling, and she thought about it. Maybe something will come out of that crack. She thought, maybe bugs or spiders. Maybe something with a lot of skinny legs in the dark. She went to get Father. He was brushing his teeth. Frances said, Something scary is going to come out of the crack in the ceiling. I forgot to brush my teeth. Father said, You brush your teeth and I will have a look. Frances brushed her teeth. Father came back and said, Nothing could come out of such a little crack. But if you are worried about it, get somebody to help you watch. You can take turns. Frances told her teddy bear to watch. They took turns for a while. Then Frances got tired of it and let Teddy do all the watching. Frances got up and went to the bathroom. When she came back, she was not sleepy at all. The window was open and the wind was blowing the curtains. I do not like the way those curtains are moving, said Frances. Maybe there's something waiting. Very soft and quiet. Maybe it moves the curtains just to see if I am watching. She went into Mother and Father's room to tell them. They were asleep. Frances stood by Father's side of the bed very quietly, right near his head. She was so quiet that she was the quietest thing in the room. She was so quiet that Father woke up all of a sudden with his eyes wide open. He said, "Oh!" Frances said, "There is something moving the curtains. May I sleep with you?" Father said, "Listen, Frances, do you want to know why the curtains are moving?" "Why?" asked Frances. "That's the wind's job," said Father. "Every night the wind has to go around and blow all the curtains." "How can the wind have a job?" said Frances. "Everybody has a job," said Father. "I have to go to my office every morning at 9 o'clock. That is my job. You have got to go to sleep now so that you can be awake for school tomorrow. That is your job." Frances said, "I know, but—" Father said, "I have not finished. If the wind does not blow the curtains, he will be out of a job. If I do not go to the office, I will be out of a job. And if you do not go to sleep now, do you know what will happen to you?" "I'll be out of a job," said Frances. "No," said Father. "I'll get a spanking," said Frances. "Right," said Father. Yikes. Man. "Well, good night," said Frances, and she went back to her room. Frances closed the window and got into bed. Suddenly, there was a noise at the window. She heard bump and thump. "I know something will get me this time," she thought. She jumped out of bed and went to tell Mother and Father. When she got to their door, she thought about it some more and decided not to tell them. She went back to her room. Frances heard the noise at the window again. She pulled the covers over her head and "I wonder what it is," she thought. Ooh. "If it is something very bad, Father will have to come and chase it away." She pulled off the covers and stood on her bed so she could look out the window. And she saw a moth bumping against the window. Bump and thump, his wings smacked the glass. Whack and smack made Frances think of a spanking. And all of a sudden, she was tired. She lay down and closed her eyes so she could think better. She thought, there were so many giants and tigers and scary, exciting things before that I'm pretty tired now. That is just a moth, and he is only doing his job, same as the wind. His job is bumping and thumping, and my job is to sleep. So she went to sleep and did not get out of bed again until Mother called her for breakfast. The end. I tell you, being a mom and having two little ones, well, now they're grown, I can totally relate to that story, how long it took to get them to sleep sometimes. But that was a sweet story. I like that book. Bedtime for Frances. So what did we learn today? Well, we learned definitely that you have to find your purpose. And if you want to be a cookie on display, go for it. Use your imagination, because using your imagination can turn a box into something exciting and something worth exploring. And if your imagination runs too wild, you might not get to sleep. That's definitely true. Interesting. Well, that's it for story time today. Those are 3 books: Nugget of Truth, Vitamins, Healthy Habits, Good Manners, Alphabet, ASL Alphabet. I have to tell you, today was very relaxing. I think the time off did me good. And now we have to breathe out and get into our day. But first, we can't forget the hugs. That's right. And that's true. We had Zimbabwe and I forget 2 countries that started with Z. I also have to say that I won in the alliterative sentence competition category today. So let's get out our little hugging pal, Liv, all the way from Massachusetts, filled with so many different hugs from Liliana, and Melanie. And now what we can do is we can share a hug together. Frank Simon, you're still here today. That's so sweet. I love that you stayed today. Thank you. That's awesome. And thank you every day for your alliterative sentence. It is a part of the show I would not want to give up. Okay, are you ready? So you put your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on your right, and give yourself a hug for me. Squeeze yourself so tight and know that everything's going to be all right. And if I could be there where you are, or you could be here where I am, that would be even more magical. But since we can't, we have a virtual hug, okay? And know I love you. And we have to breathe our way out. I am grateful. I am hopeful. I am peace. I am love. Thanks so much for being here today and every day, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.